Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. And you did your timer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
All right, we've already got 3 people on.
Hi guys,
4.
welcome.
Joining fast.
What's that?
There's people joining fast.
Awesome. I don't know why this does this. Why is it doing this? There we go. My screen was telling me to swipe. Hello everybody, how are you guys today? So welcome, this is a special live. So I'm doing a marathon for the sales of my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. I will be also doing some Q&As, so I will do some psychic questions, but I do want to focus a little bit on the book. So where are you guys all coming from? Hello.
Got Alexis sending a wave.
Yes, I see that.
Rebecca Woodcock says, hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Raina says, hi. Got about 11 people on now.
All right.
Oh, someone's coming from Dallas.
Dallas, nice. Is it nice weather there? All right.
San Francisco.
Oh, wow. That's a place on my bucket list, actually. All right. Canada. We're in Canada.
New York.
Lovely.
It's hot there, apparently, in
Oh,
Dallas.
yeah, I would imagine, I guess, right? Texas is known for being very warm at summertime, right? I don't know if it is all year, but I haven't been. All right, so welcome to my live, you guys. This one's going to be a lot longer than my normal. I usually only do an hour, but this is a marathon live, so we're going to be doing some Q&As. I'm looking for support with my children's book as well, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. If you guys are new to my live, how it works for the Q&A is I allow you to ask questions and then I will answer the psychic questions and I'll answer them for you, okay? How I'd like to kind of go right now is just talking a little bit about The Little Light, which is my children's book. So I channeled this one a little over 20 years ago, and it's a book to help kids nowadays. So we have a lot of kids that are being born open. They're coming in very connected to the other side, very psychic and aware, and I wanted to give them something that would help them hold on to the memory of the other side. It's great for adults as well. It's not just for kids. And so on my website right now, I'm doing a Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter is to help because I am an indie author, which means that I am self-publishing. I'm from Canada, and so it's an easier way to do things, but it is quite expensive. So I'm looking for some support, and there's a few different things that you can do. So I do have a section on my website. I'm going to give you that now. It's www.rebeccadragonheart.com, where you can either do a donation if you don't want to buy the full book, or you can pledge to pre-order the book, which I have 3 different pledges. So there's all in Canadian, $29 for the soft cover. You go at, I'm going to cheat and look at your sheet.
Yeah.
$40 for 2 soft covers and $49 for a hardcover collector's edition. So the collector's edition has a few extra touches to it. So we're going to put, I don't know if you noticed, it has like the gold leaf on the front, and then it's going to have gold leaf on the pages as well. Is that what it's called? Gold leaf, right?
Yeah, gold foil.
Gold foil,
leaf,
yeah,
difference.
whatever it's called. And so that's just going to be for the first run, all right? The goal is for us to hit 2,000 sales by the end of June. So that's why we're doing this marathon today. So if you do want to go check it out, we are going to basically call it, everybody who does a pledge today will be announced here on my live. Thanks for the gifts, honey. And you can, check it out either through my link tree or just going to the website separately. All right.
All right.
We've
got lots of, wow, fantastic. Congrats on this huge accomplishment.
Thank you.
Et cetera,
Thank
et
you.
cetera. All right. We have 52 people on now. Get some
Awesome.
questions in.
Sure. Yeah. So if you guys want to shoot some questions, psychic questions, feel free to start now.
All right. Our first question is coming from Alexis, who's been here since the start. She's our top second gifter.
Aw, thank you, honey.
They say, when do you see me traveling out of the country?
Oh, honey, it's not as soon as you want it to be. So I'm hearing it's about 2 years for you, okay, honey? For whatever reason, right now, travel doesn't seem to be working for you. Okay, so just be patient and wait until things settle down is what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Samira, who asks, will me and Asima going to communicate this summer holiday, please?
So it looks like, yes, there is going to be some on again, off again communication. Be patient, honey. Be ready, okay? And try to keep yourself in a place of openness, I guess is the best way to put it, and not expecting certain things, okay? So don't try to force anything. But yes, I do see some communication happening for sure. Wow, thank you so much, honey.
Yeah, that's from Mrs. Avila 1.
All right.
All right, our next question here is from Ilya, who asks, any messages from my father or guides, please? Thank you.
So your dad, it feels like, comes in and out. So it feels like there's other people that your dad is connected to. What I'm hearing is there's a very old song that's playing, and it feels like it's like an old rock and roll song. That's kind of his way of identifying himself to you, okay? So when he's around, this song seems to pop up, okay? Whether it's playing or somebody talks about it or talks about the group or whatever, that's just your dad's way of validating, okay? He comes in and checks in on you, honey, but he's not with you all the time because you're not in need of that, okay? I do hear with your guides, this is a big year for you, really about going inside right now and stepping more into your power and into who you're supposed to be this year, okay, honey? So don't let anything hold you back. And I feel like your dad's really helping you with like moving things forward in your life, okay? So don't let things hold you back anymore.
All right. Our next question here is from Liz, who sent all those lovely gifts.
Thank you,
one
honey.
of our top gifters. And she asks, will I get a promotion soon? Thank you.
I'm hearing it's not right away, but I do see it coming this year, okay? So it feels more towards the end of this year. Just be ready for it. Be patient. It's happening. It's just not happening fast enough as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, that's kind of the way they are.
All right, and we did jump up quite a bit if you want to go over everything one more time.
For sure. So welcome everybody. So this live is a little special. It is a marathon live, which means that I'm going to be on a little longer than usual. And I'm doing this live to promote my children's book and also to ask for your guys' support and pledges in helping me to go forward with it. So I'm an indie author, which means that I am a self-publisher. And so I have to come up with the funds before I can get this book completely out. So there's, you know, the illustrator that I have to pay and the printing companies and all of this. It's like crazy stuff that you have to do. So it's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. It is exactly what it sounds like. So it is the journey of the soul from the other side to here, what it looks like before we come into incarnation, what it looks like as we're picking our lives, picking our experiences, all of that kind of stuff. And what I have experienced, I'm also a certified hypnotherapist, so I've done a lot of past life regressions and I've seen a lot of things on the other side as well. And I did have an experience of 14 where I did go to the other side. So it's my rendition of what the other side is like before we come here. I think it's a great book for kids to help them understand the soul and how they came to be here and who they are in the true essence of who they are, not necessarily this finite body, but the soul. And so that's what this book is all about. If you have little ones in your life that you feel would benefit from it, I encourage you to pre-order. Not only because it's my book, but because I think it's a beautiful story and it's a great way to help kids. So yeah, and you can go to my website to order it. It's www.rebeccadragonheart.com. And if you want to, you can also just go straight up into my link tree and go directly there. So we will be, we're paying attention to see if there's any pledges made now. So if you are curious to what the book is all about, please go over and take a look. And if you do want to support, absolutely go on over. All right.
All right. So this is actually a quick little testimonial. Someone says, "Hi ladies, Annie here. I just want to say thank you. I got my driver's license today," and that was a question you answered on one of the last times.
Nice. Good job, honey. Congrats. It's exciting, hey?
All right. Our next question here is from Evelyn, who asks, "I just got a job. What do you see for me?" And she's actually sending some roses right now.
Thank you, honey. So it's definitely a good step up in the right direction is what I'm hearing. It doesn't feel like this is your permanent job, so it may be that just down the line you're going to have options open up. And I do see that changing, but this is definitely stepping you in the right direction and giving you the training and the responsibility that you need, honey, okay? So it's a really good choice. Stay where you are for now, but it's not your forever place, okay?
Yeah. All right. One moment here. All right. Our next question here is from Chantel, who asks, please, will me and my kids move into an apartment in July?
So I heard August, and it may just be that the timing, that's when it's going to open up for you, okay, honey? So it is happening. It's just not happening in July. It feels like August for you guys. All right?
All right.
Oh, thank you so much, you guys.
Our next question here is from Alia, who asks, what will happen in me and Chase's relationship next year? And she's one of our top givers at the moment.
Thank you, honey. So it looks like you guys are definitely moving in the right direction. I do get cautioned, don't move too quickly, okay? So take things slowly, one step at a time. Just know that what you're feeling about the relationship is definitely, it's moving in the right direction. But I don't want it to, what I'm being warned is don't be pushy about it, like, okay, let's get married and do all of these things, okay? So do it slowly, taking your time, okay? It's really important because I feel like there's a lot of anxiety around it, like going too fast, okay? So.
All right. Our next question here is from Natalia, who asks, any messages from my brother? I miss him so much. Thank you.
So your brother definitely is around a lot. I get the energy that he's kind of, I don't know how else to describe it other than kind of jokey, pranky. He likes to move things around. He likes to flicker with the lights. He likes to play with the electricity. He does a lot of like freezing things, making things go wonky in the space. So that's him. He's claiming that. Also very musically inclined. He's showing me he likes music or musical instruments. So that's just their way of validating, okay? And I mean, he's around. Definitely tries to get your attention in a big way. So when you feel him, honey, I don't want you to think it's your imagination because it really isn't. And he wants you to talk to him and be aware that he's around, okay?
Oh, we just got...
Did we get a pledge?
I do believe so. Oh, we received a donation.
A donation? Okay.
I believe that's what that is.
I don't know.
$10.
Okay, yeah, that would be a donation.
From Elizabeth Avila.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So if you have a question there, Elizabeth, please go ahead and shoot it on.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Yay. So exciting.
All right. Our next question here is from Casey, who asks, do you see me getting a new home this summer or staying out for now? Please and thank you.
No, I don't hear it. Not this summer, honey. I feel like for you, it's later next year. Okay? So just wait. Timing is everything. It's really important that you wait and go with the flow of things. There's going to be a lot of resistance if you try now. All right.
All right. And now our next question here is from Tumara, which is a very nice name. And she asks, does my friend Tanner have any messages for me?
Okay, so Tanner does not stop talking. It's like mile a minute. The energy is extremely powerful, okay? So I just want you to know that you are very connected. I do feel like there's other people involved, but Tanner seems to be around you a lot. So there's a reason for that. Typically when that happens, it means that you're still very, you still need that energy and you still need that validation that they're around, okay? So that's just Tanner's way of being like, hey, I'm still here. Loud energy, okay? So what I would do if I were you is when you feel something, really close your eyes, tap in, and allow him to communicate with you. I do hear that he does try to dream with you. So when you have dreams with Tanner, I want you to like write them down, okay? Because you'll get information from them. Yeah. Wow. Very talkative though. Like really, really fast. Just very excitable.
All right. Our next question here is from Mel, who sent a number of donations.
Thank you, honey.
And she asks, do you see spirits around me? Who are they? And do I have any abilities? Congrats, by the way.
Thank you, honey. So you definitely do have the ability to communicate with spirit if you wanted to. You've actually done it, like, you've been open your whole life is what I'm hearing. So even when you were little, you used to feel like there was something in the room or you'd feel like there was something there. So that's one of your gifts, honey, but you're also clairaudient, which means you hear things. So you've got to start really paying attention to the thoughts that are coming in. Clairaudience doesn't mean necessarily you hear it externally. Sometimes it's just thoughts. It's the way that I work as well. So I hear things. So I want you to practice with that because it's gonna help you in a bigger way, okay? And when you get that intuition, honey, you get that gut feeling, you've got to listen to it, because there's lots of times when you put it aside, you don't listen to it, and it always comes back and bites you in the butt. So trust that. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Emily JMC, who asks, "Is my recently passed cat around me?"
Yeah, you actually have quite a few animals around you, so I don't know if you've had a lot of animals, but I see a lot of crossed over creatures with you, and they're all like ankle and knee high. So nobody's bigger than that. They feel smaller, but definitely a lot of animal energies around you. So I just want you to be aware of that. You should be working with animals, or at least fostering or something with animals, because you're very animal oriented. Yeah, definitely. I feel them around you.
All right, we just received another donation.
Oh, thank you.
From Chantel Vincent for $5.
Thank you,
How
Chantel.
awesome.
That is awesome. So if you're just getting on here, the donations and the pledges are for my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. This is the book here. It is exactly what it sounds like, a story of the soul before we come here. And so what that looks like as we're picking our life to come and have this experience. And it's a great book to help you explain the soul to kids. Oh, thank you, honey. So if you're interested in supporting, I am an indie author, which means that I'm self-published. And so I have to do all of the stuff myself. There's not a big book, what do they call it, publishing company that's helping me or supporting me in that way, okay? So I do have to come up with the funds up front. So it's all for pre-orders of this beautiful book. And there's different pledges that you can take a look on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. All right.
And we will be reading them out.
Definitely. I'm going to make sure to call you out and be like, thank you so much. It's very appreciated, guys.
All right. Our next question here is from one of our top gifters at the moment, Vanilla, who asks, "Is Hector thinking of me getting pregnant? Why, please?"
Yeah. So you have energy around you, and it's almost like if you're not ready, be careful. So make sure you're using protection. Otherwise, you are going to be, is what I'm hearing. Okay. So just be cautious if you're not ready. I'm hearing 7 months. So within the next 7 months, you're going to be pregnant. I hope that's what you want.
All right. Our next question here is from Jamie, who asks, "Are my 2 dogs that passed still with me in spirit? Are they okay?"
Yeah, and you know what? They're so happy together. That's the nicest thing. You know, the fun thing about animals is that they do stick around when they have a really close bond with us. You know, some of them they cross over and they don't come back, but when they have a really close bond with us, they stick around, and it's like they can't they don't know that they're like not with you, right? And so they still feel you, because you got to think like animals see the other side differently than we do. So they see spirits, and anybody who's had an animal that's seen a spirit knows exactly what I'm talking about. So they're connected to the other side differently than we are in that sense, that they're very aware of it. So when they're on the other side and they're here with us, it's the same. It feels the same. So I see them playing. They have a lot of energy. They're a lot more spry than they were. But I see them together a lot. So they visit you together. They're with you together. Okay. Definitely still around you, honey. And, you know, there's a favorite toy. So I get the sense that there's a favorite toy either that you kept or that reminds you of them, that's around. And that's just a validation for you. Okay, honey? Yeah. I will tell you too, you guys can also book a reading with me if you'd like to on my website as well, and they are first come first serve, so you can go and check out that on my website if you're interested in doing so. Okay. All right.
Our next question here, one moment, let me just fully read it.
Okay. That sounds complicated.
It's just worded a little bit weirdly. All right, so our next question here is from Uchenna, which is a very nice name, and she's our #1 gifter at the moment.
Thank you, honey.
She asks, "What am I to reconsider, and what will be my purpose traveling to my village this month?"
Okay. Read it again. I just have to, because it is written differently.
What am I to reconsider, and what will be my purpose of traveling to my village this month?
Okay. So, it's definitely going to be enlightening is the word that I get told. So it's going to be eye-opening for you, honey. So please make sure that you do this, specifically making sure you're staying safe. I don't know why they're saying that, but making sure you're staying safe and you're not being vulnerable. But it is definitely going to be enlightening. Take some time for yourself when you're there, okay? And away from others so that you can meditate or just like think, okay? It's really important. This is going to help shift things and move you in the right direction is what I'm hearing. So there's a lot of change coming afterwards for it or from it. All right.
All right. So our next question here is from Elizabeth, who sent the donation.
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth.
And she asks, will my financial situation get better soon? Hope my donation helps you.
Oh, thank you, honey. And every penny helps, honestly. So absolutely, it does help me. I see some shifts happening. It's not this year, but I'm seeing it happening for you for next year. So there's going to be some flow of money shifting for you coming in. So it looks like either there's like a second income or there's some investments or something. Wherever this money is coming from, it's a second income. It doesn't feel like this is your primary. It's like something's coming in secondary. It does feel like it's around this time next year for you. Okay, so try to relax and try not to be too stressed out about things the way that they are right now. It is going to improve for you, honey. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Lori, who asks, did I make the right choice with allowing Zay to call me mommy?
Yes, honey, absolutely. And, you know, I want you to understand something. You guys have a soul connection. You know, it feels almost like you were always there. Like you were always mommy. So absolutely, I feel like this is the plan. You guys have a soul connection and a soul contract. This is what you signed up for. So you are mommy, really, in the eyes of the energy of it. Okay? So it was definitely the right choice for you.
All right. Do you want to go everything with the book again? We did jump up a bit.
Yeah, for sure. So
we talk a bit about what it's about and
stuff.
That's
right. So this live is really about promoting my children's book and asking for your guys' support in pledging and pre-ordering, because I am an indie author, which means I am self-publishing. So I do need some support because there's a lot of funds involved, thousands of dollars literally involved with getting a book out, which I didn't know at first, but yeah, that's the case. So this is my children's book. It's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it is exactly what it sounds like. So it is a book about the soul and what it looks like before we come here from the other side. If you'd like to support, you can go and make a pledge or pre-order your book on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. Anybody that supports or pledges today is going to have a shout out here on my live, which goes up on my YouTube. So it will be something that everybody gets to see. And I would be ever grateful. Absolutely. So go ahead and take a look, and you can purchase a soft cover. You can purchase 2 soft covers or a hardcover, and the hardcover is going to be a special edition. So it's going to be gold leafed, and the paper is gold leafed as well. Yeah, so that's just for the first print. I'm not doing it after the first print. Our goal is to try and hit 2,000 sales before the end of June. My website's not up to date. I think I'm around only 30 sales right now, and it says 22 right now, so I have to update that. So if you'd like to help me, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and someone did just pre-order one.
Yay! Who's that?
Mary Ann Bendixson.
Thank you.
They ordered a soft cover.
A soft cover? Beautiful. Thank you so much, Mary Ann. It's so appreciated. Yay.
Yay.
All right.
All right. Our next one
question
here is from Portia, who asks, will I get one of the family liaison jobs I applied for anytime soon?
3 months is what I hear. So just be a little patient. Don't take the first thing that comes, because you want to make sure that it's in alignment, right? So definitely, I'm hearing 3 months for you. Keep me posted, okay?
And we just received another donation.
Yay, another
from
donation.
Mackenzie Potter for $10.
Oh, thank you, Mackenzie. I appreciate it. Perfect.
All
so
right.
Mackenzie, if you have a question, you can go ahead and put it on there.
I'll be
Did we get everybody else's questions?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, okay.
All right. Our next one here is from Gennin, who asks, what are Robert's feelings for me lately? When will I hear from him to reach out to me?
Okay, so there's a lot of self-reflecting that's happening on that other end, okay? So just be patient. And I'm not sure that this is going to be the person that's meant for you, okay, honey? So I'm getting the sense that somebody's coming into your life come September. So it may cause a rift between you and them, all right? So just be ready for that. All right.
Our next one, is from Kenzie Potter.
Perfect.
And she asks, is Andrew coming back in with the right intentions? Hope the donation helped.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It helps. So definitely I feel that it's different, but take everything slow. Okay. So, and don't take everything at face value. You have really strong intuition, honey. So I need you to trust it. Okay. So if anything feels funny or doesn't seem to be in alignment, trust that. But I do get the sense that in this moment, yes, absolutely, I'm trying. And that's the sense that I get. All right.
All right. I do believe that we just received a hardcover copy.
Yay!
Pre-ordered from Keshia Jones.
Oh, thank you so much, Keshia. So if you do have a question and you've done a pre-order or a donation, please feel free to pop it on here, and we're going to try to keep our eyes open for it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, you guys. The gifts all help so much.
Yay! Yay, indeed. All right. Our next question here is from... one second. Our next question is from Jenna, who asks, will I get into a relationship this year, please?
October is what I heard, honey. So I want you to really work on clearing out some of the trauma energy you have around relationships. So there's still a little bit left over. Once you clear that out, honey, and all you got to do is get into a meditative state and really just let that go. Like, be like, you don't serve me anymore. I've learned from, those past relationships. Try to see it more as a positive thing and not a negative thing. When you're thinking about your exes, I want you to see the positives. I know that's hard sometimes, but that's what I want you to do. And that's going to help shift you to be open and receptive to this new person coming into your life. And that was just a validation that sound.
What even was that?
Check your cup. Did it crack?
Nope.
I don't know what that sound was, but that's usually validation. So I'm just going to go with that. So October is what I'm hearing for you, but you can move that timeline forward if you do the work sooner. Okay, honey?
Yeah. All right. And we just received another donation from Success Love Day.
Oh, that's fun.
All right.
And what was it? Yeah?
$1.
$1.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, honey.
All right.
I don't know what that sound was.
I am not sure.
I hope I got caught on the recording.
All right. We just received another donation from Kara Dreesen. Yeah, for $10.
Thank you. That's awesome. You guys, thank you so much for the support. It really, really helps.
And someone asked how they can help support for donations or pre-ordering or anything.
Yeah, so donation, pre-order, whatever. I mean, the pre-orders is you get something, obviously. Donation, I mean, we're going to try to do something for people who do donate. What I plan on doing for the people who donate today is having a draw for all of you. So we're writing your names down and making sure we have a record of it. So you will win a prize in the coming days, weeks, whatever. And it's very much appreciated. So helping by donating or purchasing or pre-ordering a book is wonderful, honestly. And share it. Share my videos, because I have so many videos and they don't get shared as much as I would hope. So if you have anybody who would be interested in this type of book, these books aren't supported by traditional publishers because, they're spiritual books. And, I tried to go through Louise Hayes because I figured, it's a publishing company that does spiritual books. And they said, yeah, you can send it in. And then they sent me an email and they were like, we don't take kids' books anymore. I was like, oh, okay. Why'd you tell me to send it in then? So there's not a lot of support. And I am a mom of 5. I only have 2 still at home. 3 moved into their own homes and whatnot. And I found, and my daughter is helping me here, but I found that growing up for them, there's not a lot to help them to understand and stay connected and stay really in tune with their psychic selves. And so this is one of many, by the way, if you can see. I don't know, it's backwards, but it says book 1. So these books are really about helping kids nowadays stay connected to themselves and who they really are meant to be. The next book is going to be, about being an empath and how to work with your empathic abilities. So it's going to be helpful, not just for kids, but also for adults. Growing up, for me, I'm pre-internet, and there was nothing to support me and help me. So I kind of fumbled my way through it. Thankfully, I had a nice, strong connection to my spirit guides, but it was complicated and it was hard. So books like this, you know, really need to be available for kids so that they can stay connected and not have to relearn it as they get older. Because that's a lot of what I deal with clients, is like they were really psychic and really intuitive when they were younger, and then their family was like, you know, don't do that, don't talk about this, oh, that's just not real, whatever. And it really damages your abilities to hear and listen and understand and be open. And so I want to help kids stay there. So that's my goal. All right. I see you writing things down.
Yes, we did just receive another donation from Martha Galvin for $10. Thank you so
Martha.
much.
Absolutely.
All right. And I did find Keshia's question. And her question is, any messages from my dad on the other side? Also, I am told the karmic cycle is about to end.
Mm-hmm. So with you, Keshia, you actually have a few people who've crossed over that are with you. I do feel your dad comes in periodically, but I feel a female energy, and it feels more like it might be your great-grandmother or grandmother on that side of the family. You have a lot of ancestral energy, which means that you need to be tapping into your ancestors for your power, basically. Very feminine, so it's matriarchal. It's not on the other side of things. So that's where I'm feeling your power. The message that I get is it's time to step in and wake up. Okay, that's what I'm hearing, and it's like literally on repeat. So you've been getting this nudge and this urge to open, and you've always been, you know, open, but it's time now to step into who you are. Okay, so that's where you're heading. And honey, don't be afraid of who and what you are, because it's a very powerful thing. And definitely the cycles are changing for you. You're on the up, not on the down anymore. So a lot of the trauma and the karma, as we call it, is over because you've learned a lot. And so it's now about giving back. Okay.
We just received another softcover pre-order from Richard Lara for, softcover.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Richard, if you have a question or you want to put one in here, feel free, okay?
Mm-hmm. Also, Chantel, who sent a donation, we answered her originally, didn't manage to hear her question.
Okay, yeah. So
it was about her and her kids moving to a new apartment or something.
Yeah, like it was a wait. It's not happening in July. It's happening in August, is what I heard. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good thing you remembered.
Yeah, even if I hadn't remembered, if you miss your question, I always post my lives onto my YouTube, so you can always go back and take a look, okay?
Mm-hmm. All right, we just received a $25 donation.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Thank
you. Janet McNeil.
Oh, thank you, Janet. Absolutely,
and
thank you.
Just send in your questions. I will do my best to find them. All right.
All right.
1 second here.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to need to top up my water. All this talking just makes me really dry in the mouth. Oh, sorry. I'm wiggling it. I hit the light on my stand. I just didn't want to put this near the book because it's special and important to me.
All right, I found Janet's question here.
Oh, I love you
too. They ask, can you tell me if I will meet my person and will it be a new person?
It's definitely going to be a new person, Janet, and I'm hearing it's not this year. It's going to be early spring next year, okay? So get out is what I'm hearing. Get out there, mingle, interact. It feels like you're going to meet this person through somebody you already know, though. Okay, so they are connected to you in some fashion, but it's a new person for you. Yeah.
All right. 1 second. Oh, someone asked, how much is donation?
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. It can be $1. It can be $5, $10, whatever you want.
All right. We've got a question here from...
Did you lose it?
I did. It's okay, though. Sorry, 1 sec. It just goes so fast.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay. Stephanie asks, you mentioned a career change in a few months. Please tell me more. Thanks.
So with you, Stephanie, what it feels like, it's like taking this time right now where you are, you're learning, okay? And so you're getting given information or getting trained in something. And what I'm seeing is that there's going to be opportunities for a new path. So you're going to take what you are learning, but you're going to be doing something different is what it looks like. And it feels to me more, how do I explain it? It's like compact, or like it's a smaller space, more cozy, more familial. So meaning like you're going to feel like you're with family. Okay. Not that you are with family, but they're just going to feel close. So it's very much taking what you already know, but you're changing careers is basically how it feels. Or adjusting. It's not completely changing. It's just adjusting.
All right, we just received a pre-order for 2 soft covers from Juliet Freeman, and we also received a $10 donation from Kenneth Latham.
Thank you so much, both of you. So if you guys have a question, feel free to put it on here, okay? And we'll try do our best to find it. If we don't see it, just ask again, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys.
All right. Our next question here is from Jessica, who asks, did my son visit me a few nights ago? Was he trying to tell me something?
So Jessica, your son is there, it almost feels like all the time. So definitely I feel, especially at night, there is a lot of attempt to communicate, okay? So you're hearing a lot of noises, or you're getting that sense that you're not alone. That's what I'm hearing. So I want you to, as you're going to sleep, say to yourself and to your son, I want to dream with you, okay? And that will help you get into that state of being open and receptive. You're definitely aware when he's there. I get that sense, like there's no question about that. Something about a little dog he's talking about. Did you guys have a dog, a little dog? He's showing me a little, like, I don't know, like calf height dog. That's what he's showing me. So for whatever reason, that's just kind of their way to sometimes to validate things. But this feels like a dog that's already crossed over. So not here still, and it's a light color, so might even be white, but it's hard to tell because it's kind of blurry. But yeah, it's definitely very active in your space, definitely around a lot. Like I feel like I'm not gone. I don't leave the space. So be aware, and yeah, talk to him. I mean, you do talk to him, but talk to him more, knowing that it's him. All right.
All right. I do believe we just received an order for a hardcover. It was $55. Does that sound about right?
So for Canadians, because I'm Canadian, yeah, you guys get charged taxes.
Okay. So so we received a hardcover pre-order from Elena Pham, and I do have her question right here.
Ah, perfect.
So she asks, when will my daughter publish her children's book? Thank you.
2024, and I heard it really fast and really clear. It feels like it'll be around September for her. Okay.
All right.
And it's going to be successful, so tell her. Start advertising now.
Oh yeah, someone asked about the monthly reading, so the live.
The lives, yeah. So I do a members live, which is a little bit different than what we're doing here. The members live is done over Zoom, and I only take a small group of people, just that way I can guarantee everybody gets their questions answered. It is $24.99 Canadian, and it is a monthly subscription, which you can cancel at any time. But basically how it works is I send you a live link for Zoom at the end of each month, and we all get on together and you get to ask a question, and it's a lot nicer because it's face-to-face instead of just like typing. You get to actually talk to me face-to-face, which I enjoy, and all of my members who have been on my live since I started really enjoy as well. And there are a couple of testimonials. I always forget to ask, but there are a couple of testimonials on it, and I do sometimes do like a collective read. So there's a lot of perks with it as well. You get discounts and things like that for future reads and things like that. So it's definitely worth it. I do them on the end of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every month.
All right. Our next question here is from Kenneth, who sent the $10.
Okay.
And he asks, do any of my relatives have a message for me?
So Kenneth, there are quite a few. You have a lot of people on the other side. Wow. I see a young lady, and she feels very compassionate. So there's a lot of like empathy. I don't know what you just went through, but I'm hearing that there's a lot of empathy happening. It feels like you might have had like a physical something, or something was going on with you or in your space, and there's a lot of empathy coming off of her. Yeah, she's just really lovely. And she's presenting younger than she really is. Like, she's showing me herself it feels like she's in her 30s, but I think she was older when she crossed over, but she just comes across as a young lady. And that's the energy that I'm hearing. And I can hear her humming a song. It's very lovely. She did a lot of humming. I guess that's why she's showing me that. So she used to go around the house humming, I guess. So, honey, what I want to give you as a message from the other side is don't take things so seriously and just relax. Life is meant to be fun and enjoyed, and that's the message I'm getting from the other side for you, is just like start really enjoying yourself, and don't be waiting until tomorrow to have that time to enjoy yourself. That's the message I get. Okay.
All right, we just received another donation
thank you.
For $5 from Nina Jankowski.
Thank you, Nina.
And I will definitely look for that question.
Definitely, yeah. I know it's a little harder. I'm sorry, honey.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. I just try and get whoever I can.
Okay, perfect.
Also, the question that you answered for Jessica about her son, she said yes, his dog passed also.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool.
Sorry, honey. Yeah. I mean, that's just their way of validating things, right? Yeah.
All right. Someone asks for the members live, is it just one question?
Yes. So the members live I do is one question each month. Okay. And then I also do have email questions. So you can purchase as many as you want, but it is per question basically. And those I answer within 24 hours, but it's done via email. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Kara, who sent the $10.
Oh, thank you, Kara.
And she asks, switched gears professionally. Did I make the right choice? Will I stay?
You did, honey. And what I'm hearing is so where you were, there was a ceiling. There was a limit to where you could go. And what you've done is you've ultimately opened some doors for yourself. And it's not going to look like you think. So I'm not exactly 100% sure what they mean by that, but basically what you're thinking is going to be the path. It feels like it's going to be better. Okay, so don't put the blinders on. So be open and receptive to opportunities coming your way, because it looks like you've opened up a lot of doors. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Zoe, who asks, will moving to Florida be a good change for me?
Definitely. It feels like for you need a slower pace. So it's going to be that. I do feel like you'll be there for a while, but it's not your forever area is what I'm hearing. So it looks like there's going to be another big move in your future, but not, it feels down the line. So you're going to be there for a little while is what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right. Someone asks, the book looks so beautiful. Congratulations on publishing. Will it be possible to ship to Europe?
Yes. Yeah. All over the world. Definitely. Yeah. It's a nice thing about shipping is there's no limitations anymore. It can go anywhere and everywhere.
All right. KBray26 says, can't figure out how to donate. Sent lots of likes, though. Any good news for me this year, please?
Definitely, honey. So what I'm seeing with you is there's a lot of... So there's going to be a few things that are going to get in the way of the flow. So I want you to understand that those are just reminders of the past for you, and don't let them hold you back. Okay? So I do see a lot of shifting, and I see different people coming into your life this year and next year that are really going to elevate you to the next level is what I'm hearing. So it's going to shift things for sure.
All right. Our next question here is from Stephanie, who asks, is it worth moving closer to where my husband's working at?
Yeah, I do feel that it's definitely going to make things a lot easier. Just don't do it without thinking it through first. So what they mean by that, I think, is the space. So make sure that it's exactly what you're needing and that it matches your vibe and what you're looking for. Okay, honey? But yeah, definitely it's going to be worth it.
All right. Our next question here is from Nina Jankowski, who sent the $5. And she asks, will Dan C. reach out to me? When?
Yeah, it's so funny because it feels like Dan is very stubborn and not always in tune with himself is the energy that I get. But I do feel like it'll be this summer. So make sure you keep me posted on that. And honey, just be open and receptive. I mean, you're pretty laid back about it anyways. You're not forceful. Oh, thank you, honey. That's such a pretty one. But definitely I do feel like this summer is happening. So relatively around the corner. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, honey.
That's from Ruth Ann again.
Thanks, Ruth Ann.
All right. Our next question here is from Teresa, who donated the $10.
Thank you, Teresa.
And she asks, will I meet my person and marry soon?
So I'm hearing that it's going to be 2024 for you for the that kind of commitment, but I do get the sense that you're going to meet them sooner. Okay, so the commitment part of it, like the engagement and whatnot, is not until 2024 is what I'm hearing, but I do hear that not this year, early next year for you is when your person's coming into your life. Okay, definitely the right vibration. You got to get really clear with the universe what you're looking for in your partner, honey. Super important. Okay, because when we're not clear, the universe doesn't know what to send us. All right.
Oh, this is a smart way to do this.
What? They put their question on there? So smart.
Success Love Day, who sent the $1 earlier, just sent $3.65 and asks, it'll be hard to get noticed in the live. Please answer. Thank you. And she asks, is the person I'm dating the one, or is it someone from my past? Can you tell me when I'll meet my forever person?
So it's definitely not somebody from your past. I feel like definitely closer to that vibration that you're looking for, honey, but this is not the one. Okay, so there are a few things with this person that is off for you, that isn't exactly what you're looking for, or there's like things that you would change or shift. So just know that you're getting close. I hear for you it's more next year, not this year. Okay, so then that's okay. You've got to process and understand what it is you're looking for and what it is you're not looking for. So you're still in that process of like deliberating, I guess, is the best way to see what works and what doesn't work. So those traits that are with your partner that you're with now that you don't like, just know that you don't want that in your next relationship, kind of thing. Okay, but I do feel like that's happening for you next year.
All right, I think it might be a good idea to go over everything again.
Definitely.
As we have some people asking how to donate / how much one email question is and stuff like that.
Okay. So hi guys, if you're just joining us, this is a little bit different live than I normally do. I am promoting my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is the soul's journey on the other side before it comes here into incarnation, and what the other side looks like, how our soul picks its life and experiences and that kind of thing. And I wrote this book, I actually channeled it over 20 years ago, but the world was not ready for it. The world is ready now. And I wrote it with the intention of helping kids stay connected with their soul self. So it's to really help them understand that they are a soul and they aren't this like meat suit. The best way to put it. I know. Yeah. You can donate or you can pre-order. It's up to you. Donations, whatever you want to donate, you can find it all on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, or you can pre-order. Now, with the pre-orders, anybody who orders before, so we're trying to hit 2,000 sales before June 30th, and the reason why we're doing 2,000 is because I'm an indie author, so that means that I'm self-publishing, self-promoting, all of that kind of stuff. So I have to come up with the funds beforehand. And it's very expensive, thousands of dollars to publish a book, believe it or not. And so what we're trying to do is get to the 2,000 mark. Anybody who orders the first 2,000 copies that we print are going to be a little bit special. They're going to be more special than the second print. So they're going to be with the gold leaf, as you can see here, but then also on the pages as well. So the pages are going to be a collector's item, so they're going to have the gold leaf around them as well. So if you're somebody who'd be interested in pre-ordering this book, it helps a lot, or even just a donation helps a lot. Appreciate it. And that's basically what we're doing here on this live.
Mm-hmm. And readings and email questions.
That's right. So you can book readings with me as well. So I am a professional psychic. I've been doing this now since 1993. So a very, very long time. And you can do that through my website as well. I have a ton of testimonials on there from people who've had readings with me in the past. That kind of stuff. And then I do a members live once a month, which is a guaranteed reading with me, and it's a one question, but we do it in a group setting. So it's a small group. I only take a handful of people just so I can guarantee everybody gets their questions answered. And then you can also always email me a question, do an email question, which is also on my website if you guys want to take a look. Okay.
And the donate button.
And the donate button is whatever you want to donate. And yeah, I think
you can find it on the website.
Yeah, you can find it on the website. Just it's the first part of just above the pledges. So if you go into the little light, there's a donate button, and then there's all the pledges underneath. Mm-hmm. So, do what who was it that put the question in?
That was on PayPal.
Oh, it was on PayPal.
Yeah.
I guess you can't do it there then. That's okay.
But we did just receive another donation.
Oh, perfect.
From Sarah Nixon for $5.
Thank you, Sarah. Oh, I appreciate it. And Ruth Ann is doing it again. Did we do a question for Ruth Ann?
We did last time, but I can definitely look for one.
Definitely, Ruth Ann. Please, if you have a question, feel free to put it in. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Emma, who asks, will I get a house this year, or when will I? Please.
So I'm hearing for you, honey, it's going to be next year, okay? So what you're looking for, or everything needs to fall in alignment. So just be ready and patient, okay? Because it does take a little bit of work sometimes. And I feel like for you, it's early next year. So like really early. It feels like maybe even February, okay?
All right, so we just received 2 new donations. One from Janessa Paulino, and we received another one from Amanda Calcetera.
Did you write them both down?
I am.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah, so thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely.
Our next question here is from...
That sun is hitting me.
Tracy, who asks, will I get a new job and when?
So Tracy, I hear 3 months for you. Definitely putting out your resume, getting yourself exposure is important, but I'm hearing that it's about 3 months for you. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Lupe, I believe is how you say it, who asks, will I get pregnant this year? Please, my husband and I want a baby.
So it's not happening this year. Don't worry. Don't get discouraged. I do see it happening, and I do see that there is a baby around you, honey, but I'm hearing it's early next year for you that your pregnancy is going to happen, okay? What I hear to tell you is get your body ready. So cleaning it up, basically. So making sure that you're eating healthy, you're already starting on prenatal vitamins. Obviously talk to a doctor first, because I'm not a doctor, but you can do it before you're pregnant, and they often do recommend it. I just feel with you got to get your body ready before you can carry a pregnancy right now, okay? So just be ready.
All right, we did just receive a $25 donation. I'm
Wow.
not sure if that's a email question or not, though.
No, is it 25?
25 straight.
Exact?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Veronica.
Oh,
Gomez.
Veronica. Oh, I love you. Thank you so much, honey.
All right. And we did receive a couple other ones. Just give me
Okay.
1 second.
Wow, that's a big list. You guys, thank you so much. It's really appreciated, you guys, the support, honestly.
Our other donation is from Brittany Hall for $5. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm writing as fast as I can.
No, that's okay.
All right.
That's why we were doing it a little longer, because I knew that there was going to be a little extra work with it.
All right. Our next question here is from Jennifer Victoria, who just says, donated. I just accepted a new job. Was it the right choice? And will David be getting a new job?
So for David, I hear 7 months before shifting. Okay. So whatever's going on with David, it feels like it's not happening, or the right alignment's not happening for 7 months. I hear absolutely this was a good move for you. Okay. So you can breathe easy, basically, is what I hear. Oh,
right.
Ruthann, you are so sweet.
We also just received another donation for $10 from Leslie Robansky, I believe is how you say it.
Okay. That's a fun last name.
Yeah.
So,
and of course, Ruthann, thank you so much.
absolutely.
All right.
She likes that button.
Our next question here is from Shante, who asks, will we move to Australia?
Yeah, you will. Make sure your paperwork is in order, honey. Okay, so when you're making that process and you're doing that, make sure you're keeping up to date with policies over there. Okay, as I don't want you to be caught off guard. So make sure you're paying attention. Okay, Ruthann, I love you. Thank you so much, honey.
All right, and we did just receive another donation for $5 from Bethany Davenport.
Aw, thank you, Bethany. You guys really appreciate the support, honestly.
And another one for $25 from Jessica Guzman.
Oh, thank you, Jessica. Guzman?
Guzman.
Guzman.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like that. Thanks.
All right.
Water's needed. There's a lot of talking. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Amanda, who donated the $10,
Thank you,
and she
Amanda.
asks, "Was it the right move to walk away from John? If so, will I meet my person soon?"
Yeah. I'm gonna just. It was 100% the right move, honey, and you could have done it sooner, but that's all done. I hear for you, the right person who's coming into your life is happening this year, and it's happening in November. Okay, so make sure you keep me posted, honey. And then I get the name David or D. It starts with. It might actually be Daniel. Actually, yeah, I think it might be Daniel, but it's a D. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Brittany, who sent the $5.
Thank you, Brittany.
And she asks, "What message do my spirit guides have, and when will I get a house?"
So you're not getting the house until 2024, 2025 is what. So towards the end of 2024, but it looks like you might take possession in 2025. So you get the house before, but you aren't moving in until afterwards. What your spirit guides want you to know, honey, is that there's a lot shifting for you in the next year and a bit, and so they want you not to resist. They want you to really go with the flow of things. You're meant to do things differently than you have been doing it, and you've fought them on it, basically, is what they say. So it looks like you're going to be opening up to more alternative modalities. I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that, but that's what they're showing me. So moving more into alternatives, honey. You got to open up spiritually speaking. All right, that's what you're here for.
All right. Our next question here is from Ruth Ann, who asks, "What do you see for me this year?"
So Ruth Ann, this is good. It's a good year for you. Okay. We're shedding the old, which means, a lot of the struggles, the strife, the hardships are over. This is the last year of it. Okay. And it looks like you're moving into a really high vibrational year for you for next year. So this year it's hermit time, which means it's time to just focus on you, work on you, and let go of the past. The past is no longer something that rules over you. Okay. And that's really what you need to learn about this year, is you are powerful, and that the past was there as a lesson for you, but it's not something that's going to hold you back stepping into your power this year. Okay.
All right.
All right.
We did just receive a book order for a soft cover from Beck and Hale.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yay! Thanks. Did they also send a question? No.
No.
Okay. So
But
if you have a question, yes, definitely put it in there.
Mm-hmm. And more people are asking how to donate.
Absolutely. So just go to my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. It's any dollar amount. Everything helps, obviously. Or you can just pre-order if you'd like to as well. And all of it's under the little light. So if you go to the little light, you'll see all of the information there.
All right, we did just receive a couple more donations as
all
well.
Right.
One from Lori Hubble for $10.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much. And we also received one from Annie Goulet for $5.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, and our next question
Make sure you write the last name.
Yeah,
Okay.
and our next question here is from Sarah Nixon, who sent the $5, and she asks, "I've been giving readings lately, but I need validation about my abilities."
Yeah, honey, absolutely. So what they're showing me is you see it, okay? So you hear things too. You have all of the gifts, you have the abilities, honey, but what they're telling me is trust what you're seeing, and you got to make sure you're saying everything you see. Okay, so don't doubt it. I don't know why they're showing me they're showing me a white dove. For whatever reason, maybe that's just something for you that you like as a validation. Honey, you're gifted, so trust it. You are empathic. You do your gift through your feelings, so make sure that you keep your feelings clear. Okay, so do whatever ritual you need to do at the end of the night to clear yourself. Whatever you got to do before you start with your people, like sage or smudge, or I like to burn incense. Burn some incense, whatever it is, but you got to keep yourself clear before you're doing your work. Okay. And definitely you're talented, honey.
All right. Our next question here was from Beck and Hale, who just ordered the soft cover. And they asks, what do I need to know?
Okay. So there's going to be a lot of things changing. Doesn't always feel good, but it is the right stuff. Okay, so there's going to be some people leaving your life and some new people coming into your life. It looks like personal relationships are changing for you. Okay, honey, so I just want you to be ready and prepared, and don't take it as a bad thing, because it's like that old saying, when one door closes, another door opens. That's really what this feels like. It's like there's going to be some clearing of the old and bringing in the new. All right, so this year for you is really about clearing out the past, clearing out the old unnecessary energies. So just be ready for that, okay? But it is good. It is good, I promise you. Okay.
All right, we did just receive a couple more donations.
Okay, perfect.
One from Marlene Vega for $10,
thank
and
you.
one from Jennifer Hudak for $10.
Thank you. So make sure you guys put your questions in. And
and another one from Varinder Nearwall for $5.
Thank you. Very much appreciated, you guys. So should I go over the book again?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is a unique live. We're going to be on a little longer than normal. So if you are normally here on my lives, this one is a little bit different. I am still answering questions, but I'm also asking for support. So I am publishing my first children's book. It's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. And it is exactly what it sounds like. So it is the journey of the soul from the other side to here, what it looks like as we're choosing our life and our experiences, our body, all that kind of stuff in beautifully illustrated way. I am a self-published author, which means that I have to come up with all the funds beforehand to be able to finalize the project. So our target and our goal is to sell 2,000 copies by the end of June. We're getting there slowly, and so that's why I'm doing this live, just to ask for support. And you can support in lots of different ways, financially, also with sharing my videos with other people, that kind of thing. I do have a YouTube channel as well where I have done some interviews and things like that on it, where you can actually find that on my community board. Like when you scroll across the top, it says community, and so you can find that video there where I do talk in depth about where this story comes from and all that kind of stuff as well. Yeah. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Martina, who says, "What does John think of me?"
Okay. So a little confused is part of the energy, but definitely interested. Okay. So although it doesn't feel like the flow is happening the way that we want it to, it feels like it's heading in that direction. Okay. Oh, thank you, honey. So just be ready, be open, and be yourself. Don't hold back. Main message I hear is don't hold back. Okay, honey?
All right.
Yeah.
And I did miss a couple here, but I found them.
Okay.
So I will
did
read
they
them out
message
now.
you?
No, I see that it shows me a list of names here.
Okay.
So we also got a donation from TNM Fitness. I'm not sure if I said that one, for $10.
Okay.
Another from Penny Bestword for $25. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Another one from Vendors for Cheap for $5.
Okay.
And another one from Evelyn Revia for $5.
Thank you so much, you guys. so appreciated. And I should say, you can also book a reading with me if you'd like to do so. That's also on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. They are first come, first serve, and you can join my members live if you'd like, which I do every month at the end of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is a subscription that you can cancel at any time, or join, or whatever, however you'd like to do it. I love the Corky, he's my favorite. And you can also do email questions as well. So if you want something answered right away and you don't have time to wait, the email questions I answer within 24 hours.
All right. We did receive another donation from Quinn Pishk
That's
for
fun.
$5.
Thank you. So
All
appreciated, you guys.
Our next question here is from Michaela, who asks, "What should my career be? Worried about money. Buying your book for my daughter, by the way."
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, honey. So I see you doing some training. I see things shifting for you, honey. What you've been doing isn't working, and you really need to be working for yourself, is what I'm hearing. So I see you're a healer, which when I see that, so they show me hands, which always means that we're doing healing work, okay? Now, it doesn't always have to be physical healings, but I do see with you, it is that. So if you have Reiki, or you know what Reiki is, please go get certified in it, and I think you should be working in that field, okay? Really. And they tell me with animals, so I don't know if it's animals with anxiety or what it is, but they're showing me anxious dogs and things like that where Reiki really helps. I feel like you got to shift into that, and you're going to be self-employed in the next 2 years, is what I'm hearing. So you're not going to have to worry about money.
All right, so our next question here is from
For
Lori, who did send a donation earlier for $10.
Okay.
And she asks, "Are Jake and I done?"
Yeah. And here's the thing. You've got to be done with that energy so that you can leave the door open for the right energy to come in, okay? And I do feel like that's going to happen here within the next 7 months for you, okay? So we got to do some cleansing and clearing and really some self-care and let this new person come into your life. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Bethany Davenport, who did send a donation for $5.
There we go.
And she asks, any messages for my mama? Did she know we were with her in the hospital?
So she did, but she wasn't in herself. So let me explain what I mean by that. So her body was there. It feels like she was not conscious or she was not aware. She was outside of the body, okay? And I feel like she was standing with you. She was there with you, honey. And, you know, I get goosebumps when I think about it because it's like her presence was there before she left. And it feels like she was in and out of herself a lot. So she was conscious and not conscious a lot, it feels like. So it was in and out, in and out, in and out. And that's just her way of validating that, hey, I was around. She checked in on you guys and she comes around. She doesn't come around the way that she used to. You guys all have recovered from the loss, and she's happy and she's healthy, which sounds funny, but you know, she's in a good place, and she is definitely around to visit with you guys anytime you talk about her. She really is family oriented, so she does visit whenever the family's together. That's a big thing for her.
All right.
All right.
We did receive another donation from Leslie Hacker.
Thank you, Leslie.
For $10.
Thank you, honey.
And our next question here is from Kristen, who asks, when will me and Keith adopt Carmen?
So I'm hearing that it's going to happen early next year for you guys. Okay? So paperwork and all of that is just taking some time.
All right.
Keep me posted, by the way.
Our next question here is from Jordan, who asks, will me and Michael ever reconnect? When? I'm vendors for cheap on PayPal, by the way.
Okay. That helps Maddie a lot. So I do hear that, you know, it's kind of like not the energy for you anymore, honey. So I do feel like that's not going to be the path for you. I see somebody else coming into your life, and that feels like it's happening like this summer. So it's happening pretty quick. Be open and receptive, honey, and just know that that time feels like it's past. All right. Thank you for the crane.
All right. Our next question here is from, one second here.
Oh, that's okay. Moved.
All right. Our next question is from Jenny, who asks, do you see a positive future for me and Gianluca?
Definitely. So I'm going to say, don't jump the gun. So definitely you guys are moving in the right direction. Just be patient and let everything fall into place. But I see a very positive outcome if you're not too pushy, if you're not too trying to get to the end result, if that makes any sense. So just enjoy the journey is what I'm being told to tell you, okay? If you try to go too fast, it's going to collapse in on itself. So we got to take it slow, okay?
All right, we did just receive 2 new donations.
Oh,
one from Julia Pineda for $5, and one from Desiree Washington for $5.
Thank you so much, you guys.
All right, our next question here is from Marlene, who had sent the $10, and she asks, what is next for me in love? Any messages from my past loved ones?
So you have a lot of energy that comes around, but it feels like they change a lot. So it looks like you have a lot of activity in your space. I don't want you to be afraid. It doesn't feel negative. It feels like family. It feels like people who care about you. Okay, honey? When it comes to relationships and love for you, I hear it's about 8 months before you have the right person coming into your life. Okay? So just while you're waiting, work on you and clear away some old energies. Okay?
All right. We did just receive another one from Rhonda Mortel for $25. Thank you so much,
honey.
And another one for $10 from Haiti Illigan.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. I really appreciate it, you guys, honestly. Your support means the world to me. You have no idea how special it makes me feel.
All right. Our next question here is from Julia, who asks, who are my guides? Any messages from them? And do I have any spiritual gifts?
Yes, honey, you're an empath, and you hear things as well. So it means you're clairaudient, which you hear it sometimes externally, but mostly it's like, oh, thank you, honey, it's inside, okay? You have 3 guides is what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing 2 females and a male. The male is an older man. It looks so funny because he's dressed in like toga style clothing. So it feels very Greek from the Greek Isle type thing from the past. Okay, so that's the way that he looks, but it looks like he had a lot of money, so he's your money person. It's the sense that I get, okay? And then you have the two females, and one, she's really old, like really, really old, and then the other one feels around 30, 40 years old, so not too old, but the older one is your wisdom. It's the best way to describe it. So it's like you have this inner knowing about things, and it comes from her. So trust that intuition, honey. You are very empathic, and you want to learn how to use that. It's really a very powerful gift. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Lindy, who asks, is my grandmother looking over me, and is she happy with my efforts?
Yeah, honey. And you know, it's so funny. So she's around you a lot during the day. I don't know what it is you do at night, whether you're out and about or what is going on, but she feels like she's with you during the day, okay? And she definitely is very family oriented. She wants that closeness with family. It's very important to her, and it's almost like she's like pushing you in that direction, okay? So she's really like family, family, family. She's definitely proud of you, is what I'm hearing. And she, you know, she's showing me, I don't know what the cat is. There's a cat, and she's showing me that she sends you birds. So that's her way of validating that it's her. All right. So just know that that's when she's around. This little cat is significant. So she's saying it again. So I'm just going to say it.
All right. And we did receive another donation.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, let me try to thought there for a second. From Kristen Faulkner for $1.
Okay.
And we had already answered her question.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, honey.
All right, our next one is from Haiti, who donated $10, and she asks, just donated, will it be R or J for love?
Oh, I get pulled to J. So you got to trust your intuition, definitely, but that's where I'm being pulled. That's the one.
All right.
I mean, potentially it could be both, I suppose, but I feel J is more in alignment with you.
All right. Did you want to go over the book one more time?
Yeah, definitely. I'll go over my website and all of that too. So if you want to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve. But on my website, you get a lot more information about me and testimonials and things like that from other clients that I've had. And so this live, as you guys know, is all about my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. And this is my first children's book. I am self-publishing, so I'm asking for you guys' support. And support can look like many different things. So financially, also with sharing my videos about The Little Light, and you know, going to my YouTube and helping there as well would be great. And any way you guys want to support, that would be phenomenal. You know, I really appreciate everything that you've done so far. And The Little Light is literally what it sounds like, the soul's journey. It's the soul coming into incarnation, what it looks like when we're on the other side, when we're choosing our life, and what that experience looks like, and then coming into this reality. This is book one. So I wrote this book based on a lot of channeling experiences that I've had. So I've had experiences where I went to the other side, spoke with spirit, things like that. So I do have a lot of knowledge in that factor. And this is the first book of many. These books are really geared to help kids to stay open.
All right.
Our
next question here is from Annie, who had sent the $5.
Okay.
And she asks, will new love come into my life this year, or will my ex come back?
So I get big warning bells with your ex, so don't go back to that energy. If I hear that there is new love coming, it's 6 months from now. So whatever 6 months is, we're in June. So yeah, towards the end of the month, or end of the year.
All right.
There you go. Thank you so much, you guys. I like the little cranes, are cute.
Our next question here is from Leah, who asks, anything I need to know in my future pregnancy? How will my mom react?
So it might be a bit surprising for everybody, but I feel like it's a good thing, okay? I see a male child coming into your life, and I definitely feel like you need to take really good care of yourself. Otherwise, it's going to hit you really hard. You're going to have like morning sickness and just, you know, be uncomfortable. So extra love, extra self-care, that's really important, okay? But I do see it being a healthy term for you when it happens there. So don't worry about that.
All right, we did receive a couple more donations.
Okay.
One from Batul I Risvi for $10.
That's fun to say.
And another one from Candice Stepanasks. I'm very sorry if I said that really wrong.
Hopefully you know who you are. Thank you so much, you guys.
All right. Our next question is from Candy, who asks, will Daniel and I be able to have kids? And if so, when?
So yes, I think that you may need, so it's going to take a little bit of time. It's not going to happen right away is what I'm hearing. So you may need a little bit of assistance, not saying like you're going to need in vitro or anything like that, but it might be that you need to get your body where it needs to be and whatnot. Thank you so much. That's really beautiful. I do see you having 2, okay? And it's going to happen naturally, so I'm not seeing you having to have like a doctor helping you with that.
All right.
So it's just going to take a little time before you get pregnant. That's what I'm hearing.
Our next question here is from Evelyn, who had sent the $5 a bit before. And she asks, how many kids do you see for me? Do I have any spiritual gifts?
So I see 3. You are able to do automatic writing, which if you don't know what that is, Google it, but it's basically being able to channel and write out information from spirit, basically. So I would consider that a type of mediumship. I don't know if other psychics consider it that, but that's what I consider it, because you are channeling spirit and you can channel people who've crossed over. You do it in a way where you don't let them take over you, but you're hearing the words. So clairaudient is what it's called. If you want to look it up, it'll help you to understand it a little bit more, okay?
We also did reach our hour mark.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing great.
Yay.
Our next question here is from our top gifter on the live, who asks, Lucy, who asks, will my finances get better soon? Feels like I'm drowning.
Yes, honey. And you know, I don't see that shifting fast enough for you, but I do see it happening, okay? So it is going to change. I feel like around November, December for you, there's a lot more reprieve. I don't know if somebody's gifting you money or what it is, but I do see a lump sum coming in. So there is going to be, you know, some breathing room is what I'm hearing. I see this shifting where it's permanently changing happening for you more next year, okay? So whatever it is you're doing now is moving you in the right direction, but it's definitely tough. I can feel the energy of it, and it's definitely been tough, but I see you getting the help you need, okay? And so I do see a lump sum coming in.
All right. Our next question here is from Juliet Freeman, who did pre-order the 2 soft covers.
Ah, perfect.
And she asks, should I move on from Sam, and will I get a job at PSA Airline?
So I definitely hear yes for both. I'm going to say this. We got to clear out the old energy to bring in the new energy. And it feels like in both cases, relationship and work. So I do see that the airline is, you know, they're showing me a lot of light around it, which means it's very positive. It's a good change for you. It's definitely the right direction for you, okay? It's going to feel good is what I'm hearing. All right. Thank you so much for the gifts too, you guys.
We did also just get another donation from Tanya Lapointe for $10.
Oh, thank you, Tanya.
All right. Our next question here is from Celeste, who asks, will I have any more children? If so, when and gender?
So I hear 1, and you're going to have a boy, and I'm hearing that it's next year for the pregnancy. It feels earlier in the year, so you might be having the baby towards the end of next year, is what I'm hearing. Oh, that's so pretty. I've gotten that one a few times today. It's such a pretty one. Thank you.
All right.
It blocks your screen, doesn't it?
Huh? Oh, no, it's all right.
It's all right. Keep them coming. I like them.
Our next question here is from Noelle, who asks, am I ever going to meet my love interest that was shown in my best friend's dream?
So yes. So what I'm hearing is there's a lot of resistance with you. And what I mean by that, honey, is that we're not sticking with one type of person. So we have to get clear. You have to be clear on what you're looking for in a partner. Write it down. Be really clear. I feel that this person's coming in about 1.5 years for you, so it's not happening right away. Sorry, I know it's going to take a little bit of time, but you can always change timelines. That's the nice thing about talking to a psychic, is that we can give you that information and tell you what to do. If you work on what it is you're looking for, so what I mean by that is you see a certain type of personality and you're like, oh, I'd like to have somebody like that. And then you'll see a different type of personality and be like, oh, I'd like to have somebody like that. So we have to be really clear. What are we looking for so the universe can bring that to you, okay? Does that make sense? So I definitely see right now, currently, it's about 1.5 years, but you have the option to change that timeline if you work on being clear. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Tiffany, who donated the $10 before, and she asks, will Tanner and I get back together in a relationship soon?
Oh, So I do feel like there's communication happening. I'm going to say this. When it happens that the opportunity arises, please take it slowly. One of you has something to prove, is what I'm hearing. And so we have to prove that things are going to be different. Okay? So don't just jump in and start right from where you were. You got to start all over again, is what I'm hearing. But I definitely do see this coming back together. Okay?
All right. Also, we did just receive a softcover order from Amy Benavides, and I have her question right here.
Thank you, Amy.
She asks, any message from my grandma? What's my next career move?
Mm-hmm. So with your grandma, honey, I get the sense that she leaves you a lot of signs. So she's very old school. She leaves the coins, she leaves the feathers, she sends birds. She's very old school with her communication with you. She likes it when there's a lot of energy in the house, so there's a lot of people around. She's definitely opposite of what she was, I think, or maybe not, I don't know, but she's telling me I like it when there's a lot of energy, a lot of people. So she's very people oriented. That's just her way of validating. What was the other part of her question? Career, right? Yes, I believe it was career. So I do see a shift happening with your career choice, and it feels like we're getting more, how do I put this? It's like more leeway, and I'm shifting into more self-employed, taking care of me and not letting anybody else dictate to you, is how it feels. So that's coming. I see you educating, so there's some kind of upgrading happening or some kind of learning that you're doing. Okay, honey? Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Our next question here is coming from Batul, who sent the $10.
All right.
And they ask, any spiritual gifts, and will I get a job soon? Any love relationships in my future? Thank you.
Okay, so definitely you're very empathic, honey. So an empath is somebody who feels their way through the world, okay?
Job and love.
A job and love, thank you. I do see that whatever you're doing now is not working, or I see a career change where you're actually having a career, okay? And so you are going to be getting something that's going to be more in alignment to who you are within the next 4 months, is what I'm hearing. Relationship-wise, I'm hearing 7 months. So you're not going to have somebody coming into your life until about 7 months from now. That's going to be the right match, okay? So you might find people before then, but your vibrational match is 7 months.
All right. Did you want to go over the book
again? Sure, go over the book again. This is a crazy life. So this is my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. And like I said before, it is exactly what it sounds like. It is the journey of the soul before it comes into incarnation and what it looks like as the soul is picking its life before it comes here. I wrote this book for kids, but it's definitely something that adults could enjoy as well. It's beautifully illustrated. My artist is a genius, and I'm so happy with the work of it. So can't wait to have this out and to share with you guys. Now I'm a self-published author, which is why I'm doing this live the way that I'm doing it, so that I can get my book out there. Self-published means that I have to come up with all the funds up front, which is thousands of dollars. If anybody's ever published a book, they know how that works. It's a little bit different with children's books because you have to pay an illustrator. So they're a little bit expensive, but totally worth it. You can also book a reading with me if you'd like to through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. If you do want to pledge or pre-order your book, you can do that on the website as well under The Little Light. All right?
All right. We did just get another donation from Taikisha Scott, who asks, will I surprise my boyfriend's dad on Father's Day with unexpected news or after?
After. I know what that unexpected news is.
And we did receive another donation from Capricia Banks for $25.
Oh, thank you.
All right, and our next question here is from Jen, who donated $10, and she asks, will I receive a permanent position at my current job?
Yeah, it looks like there is going to be an opening made for you, okay? So don't stress too much. Okay, keep me posted, okay, honey?
All right.
Too funny.
Our next question here is from JP, who asks, will I finish my interior design course soon, and do you see success in that field for me?
Yeah, and here's the thing. So yes, you're going to finish it. Don't worry about that. Don't stress about that. But I actually see you doing, I don't know if you're like doing interior design for homes to be sold or what it is, but it's something along real estate, okay? So I see you working with a real estate agent and helping with the presentation of homes. So it's definitely going to be very successful, and it feels like you're going to be self-employed.
All right. Our next question here is from Megan Manilo, who sent $1 and asked, when will I be in an exclusive committed relationship?
7 months. It came through loud and clear, okay? Do some really deep clearing. I hear there's a lot of past stuff with relationships we gotta let go of, okay? Meditation helps a lot. And get in, the easiest thing is look at relationships from your past that still bother you, that are still holding you back, and try to look at them from what did you learn from those relationships and change them into a positive. When you start feeling good about it, it helps release it, if that makes any sense. All right.
All right. Our next question here.
Thanks for the panda and the candy.
1 second.
Mm-hmm. Did you lose it?
No.
No? Okay, good.
Mary asks, is my past father agreeing, Dimitri?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Dimitri is a good vibe for you, honey. Okay, so it's definitely accepted, if that makes any sense. So I feel like, yeah, Dimitri's good for you. That's the vibe I get. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Veronica, who asks, is something wrong with my legs? Want to make our trip good?
More fluids is what I'm hearing for you, honey. So I really feel like definitely make sure you're taking lots of fluids. And I don't know why, but I'm being told compression socks, so I'm just going to say it. So compression socks work really well. Just so if you're going to be doing a lot of walking and stuff like that, it will help you just to maintain and not have any issues. Okay? Oh, thank you, you guys.
All right. Our next question here is from Kelly Ann, who asks, who is watching over me, and are me and my boyfriend going to be a forever thing?
So you and your boyfriend are definitely a good vibrational match, but so somebody is a little sensitive is what I'm hearing. So just try to, when things happen, be less emotional about them and more observant about them, okay? And learn from them. And that way it will help the relationship be more successful. You have, you have a couple of spirit guides, but I also see that you have Archangel Gabriel. I don't know what the Archangel Gabriel is all about, but that was the first thing I heard when you asked who was watching over me. So I want you to Google it and take a look at what Gabriel is all about and see where that resonates in your life, because that's who I feel is like very protected from that particular energy. Okay, so definitely a very good thing to be protected by archangels for sure. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Leslie Robansky, who sent the $10 earlier.
Thank you, Leslie.
And she asks, curious about my son I lost and love life, and do I have gifts?
So I get that energy is around, definitely still with you, baby. Don't worry about that, okay? Love life for me, what I'm hearing, honey, is that you're still hurting around relationships. So it feels like I'm not allowing it, if that makes any sense, okay? So it's like, so you're very empathic, so I understand where the hurt's coming from, which means you feel what other people are feeling. And when it comes to relationships, you are like uncanny in your ability to feel what other people are feeling towards you. And so you still carry some of that pain because you could feel the ending of relationships, and that hurts. So we got to work on clearing that. That's going to help you kind of get out of your own way and the fear that you have around relationships or being hurt in a relationship, okay? That's the main thing. So just really go inside, honey, and understand that it's a great gift what you have, but we got to work with it and not against it, okay? And when it comes to, your child around you, I want you to pay attention because the animals react is what I'm hearing, okay?
All right. We did also just receive another donation from Olivia Workmeister for $25.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
And I believe we just got another one coming.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Erica Wilson, who I actually have her question right
Oh,
here.
perfect.
Erica asks, am I currently pregnant?
You're not pregnant yet, but you're going to be, is what I'm hearing. So there's an energy. I can see the spirit around you, which means like it's happening within weeks, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so you may not be pregnant yet. I don't get that sense, but you're going to be. So for July, definitely you're going to be.
All right, and I do believe we just received another soft cover pre-order.
Oh, yay!
Is $29.99 that, or is
No,
that
that's
an email
that's
question?
an email question.
All right, so that was from Deborah Ray. All right. Our next question here, I got like so many things going on.
I know there's so much. You're gonna have to go back through and make sure that you haven't missed anything. Eh? Thank you so much, though, honey. It's a lot of work.
And more people are asking how to donate.
Definitely. So if you just go to my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, and you go under the little light, you'll see the donate button, and it's whatever denomination. Or if you want to pre-order to help by pre-ordering your children's book, that helps as well. And that's all under the little light. All right.
And we did just receive the question from Leslie Hacker. She found a way to send it.
Ah, perfect.
Who asks...
Oh, did she email it?
Yes.
Smart girl.
Who asks, am I supposed to have a baby now or ever with my current life situation?
So not yet. I'm hearing for you 2024 is when that's going to happen. Okay. So right now with everything that's going on physically, I don't think that you're going to be able to carry. Okay. So even if you got pregnant, I'd be really concerned. Your stress levels are really high, honey. So we need to balance you out a little, but I'm hearing 2024. So you will definitely have, and it sounds like a little boy.
All right. Our next question here is from Capricia, who sent the $25 earlier.
Thank you.
And she wants to know about her spiritual journey.
So, honey, okay. Sound is really important with you. So I would learn how to use sound therapy, crystal bowls, Tibetan bowls, even the singing. It's all about sound with you is how you do the healing, okay? And I see you doing healing with others. So as you're learning, you're going to be also executing it with others. So it looks like you're going to be going back to school, but it's learning more on the alternatives. But it's really important you learn about sound, okay? And then energy. And with you, you're more advanced than Reiki, so I feel like you should look into quantum healing. There are a few people that train and teach that, so you might be able to find somebody in your area. I'm not 100% sure where that would be, but just look up quantum healing because you're really advanced, okay? I would consider you a starseed. That's what your energy feels like, so I'm a starseed as well. We're very different and we tap in a very strong way, so things are going to be different for you, okay? You are moving in the right direction and you're definitely really good at listening to what your guides are wanting you to do, okay?
All right, we did just receive another donation from Karen Callahan.
Okay, thank you, Karen.
All right, and our next question here is from Tanya Lapointe, who sent the $10 earlier. And they ask, is he my soulmate? And can you tell me who's watching over me?
So I feel like vibrationally, maybe not your soulmate, okay, but close, okay? That being said, this feels like a long-term relationship. So even if it's not your soulmate, the way that we're thinking soulmate, this is somebody who's going to be in your life long-term, okay? You have, it feels like your grandparents, so it feels like a grandfather and a grandmother energy with you, and I don't know why, but I keep seeing them at the top of your head, so I feel like when I'm seeing that, that's like they do a lot of communicating with you and they help you. You spend a lot of time up in your thoughts, and it's like I'm helping you with that, and they tell me that you can sometimes feel them, like they'll literally, whatever it is about the top of your head, it's very important, okay? So it's like healing and laying the hands almost like they're helping you clear your thoughts, okay? Very supportive of you, honey, so you don't have to worry about that. You're not alone in anything that you do. Try not to stress too much and overthink. That's the main thing I hear with you, okay?
All right, our next question here is from Gigi, who asks, does my mom have anything to say about me?
So number one, the first thing I hear is, honey, I'm super happy and proud of you. Life has been kind of a roller coaster in your life, and so you've taken it well. You have her strength, honey. That's the main thing I need to tell you. You have her strength, and she is watching over you pretty closely, so it feels like she's there a lot. I do get the sense that she leaves sometimes, but she feels like I'm there a lot, and it's about making sure that you're good, you're safe, and the people in your life are good for you. Okay, so she's very protective of you, and she tells me that she does try to let you know when she's there. There's sometimes you'll see like a light, or you'll see like a flash. That's just her way of validating. So it's almost like when you see like a car light go past the window, kind of a flash like that. That's just her way of letting me know that that's her for you. And then I also do get that you get like the hair stands up on you as well. So that's just her way of validating, honey, that she's definitely around you, and she's, you know, you're a lot like her. You're a lot like her. The strength is the thing that she talks about the most. So very strong individual. All right,
we did just receive a softcover pre-order from Quinn Pishke, who also sent the $5 earlier.
Thank you.
And we received a couple other donations as well from Kristen Mattia, Stephanie Myers Design for $25, and Danielle Reisland.
Oh, thank you so much, you guys. I love you guys. You guys are the best, honestly. It means the world to me.
All right. Our next question here
thank you so
is
much.
from Rupees. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And they asked, will Matt be reaching out and further developing into anything? Thank you. And they said they donated twice.
Okay. So what I'm hearing with Matt is, you know, you guys have a very, how do I put this? Like, you have a soul contract. So you guys are meant to be long-term with each other. I don't know that it's meant to be romantic. It doesn't feel like that. It feels more like you guys are just, you're so close that you don't want to spoil it or tarnish it, if that makes any sense. So it's like, this is a contract where you are meant to be together forever as friends, is what it feels like. Sorry to say it that way, but that's the energy that I'm hearing. Okay, so you guys aren't really meant to be lovers. It's more, you're meant to be there to have each other's back. That's what it feels like. All right.
We did receive some more donations here. From Megan Manillo, who sent the $1 earlier, asked, can you tell me if the relationship in 7 months will be with Matt? Thank you.
So, no, I don't think it's Matt. I get resistance there. So I feel like there's somebody else coming in. Keep your options open is what I'm hearing. So don't put on the blinders. Don't just focus in this one area, because I feel like this is going to happen fast, and it's going to be a surprise, like the way that it happens. So it's going to be like, oh, okay, that's who I want to be with for sure. Okay, so not yet.
All right, and I got the question from Quinn Pishke, who ordered the softcover and also pre-order and donated.
Perfect.
And they asked, does my best friend Cecilia have a message for me? What's in my near future? Thank you.
So definitely around a lot, very busy person. So it feels like I'm all like, I got a lot of people in my life, and I check in with a lot of people in my life. Okay, so dream times with you. So what that means is you do have dreams where Cecilia is there, and you do remember maybe that you had a conversation or that you saw Cecilia or something to that effect, but maybe not the full dream. Try to remember. The easiest way is keeping a book beside the bed so you can write it down. I do get the sense there's a song that plays. So she uses music as a way to communicate. So it's not just one song, it's several different songs that when you hear them, it makes you think of Cecilia. So I really want you to understand that that's like her way of communicating, okay? I do get this sense of like, I want to help you or protect you with relationships. So I don't know why she's so protective over you in romantically, specifically romantic relationships, and I want to help you in that area is the sense that I get from her. Okay, so she's definitely around in that way. So I just want you to know that you're important still, and that her presence is still there. All right.
Our next question here is from Rhonda, who donated and gifted. And she asks, is Clive interested in me romantically, or are we just friends?
Okay, so right now it's like I'm moving towards it being more. Not there yet, but working towards that energy. So I do feel like it is going to develop into something more romantic. Okay, just be open, be ready, don't force anything, and just be you. Right.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Kristen, who asks, "Hi, can you tell me if there are any big things coming my way soon?"
So I do see, so this year is kind of a quiet year for you, but starting in 2023, there's going to be a lot of changes. I see you moving, and it feels like a very significant move. So like I'm relocating. When I see that, that means that you're not staying in the town or the city that you're in, you're moving somewhere, and it feels pretty far away, like almost 7 hours away is what I'm hearing. So it's pretty far where you're heading. And it has to do with a job or career choice. Okay, so this is like opening up a different path for you. I also do see a lot of new people coming in, but that would happen if you are moving into a new location. Okay, so just be ready for that. This year's quiet, but next year is going to be a very big pivotal year for you. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Ermina, who asks, "Will my husband be getting a job in Johannesburg soon? Thank you."
Yeah, I hear about 7 months is when everything kind of goes through. Okay, so it's going to happen, just not this year.
All right. Our next question here is from one of our top gifters on this live.
Thank you.
Terry, who asks, "Is the person I'm interested in feeling the same way?"
So definitely this is somebody who is meant for you vibrationally. Again, it's one of those, like, take your time. Don't try to force it or push it too quickly. It has to happen naturally, and it has to happen slowly is what I'm hearing. So you're ready. They're maybe not quite there yet. So just be ready, willing, and able. And that door is going to open up is what I'm hearing, okay?
All right. Did you want to go over...
Sure, yeah, I'll go over everything again. So this live, like I said, is about my children's book, and I'm promoting It's the Little Light, A Soul's Journey, exactly what it sounds like. It's the journey of the soul from the other side to here, and what it looks like as we choose our life and we come into this incarnation. So I wrote this for kids that are special and open, and you know, I've had 5 kids, and kids nowadays are definitely much more open than kids were, you know, the 29 years ago that I had my first. So it's really about helping kids stay connected to that spiritual side of themselves. And there's not a lot of books out there that help with that. And so I really wanted to write this for them. So that's what this book is all about. If it's something that piques your interest, you can purchase it through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. If you want to pre-order to help support, that would be fabulous. Or you can just do a donation. That helps as well. You guys have been so generous today, so I appreciate you, and thank you so much for that. I really do. You can book a reading with me too, so I do private readings, so thank you, honey. And that's also on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. On my website you can see a bunch of testimonials about other people who've had readings with me as well. All right.
Our next question here is from Stephanie, who donated and gifted, and she asks, "Am I gifted in any way?"
So you're very empathic, honey, telepathic, okay? So you've had evidence of that. Yes, telepathy is a real thing. So I want you to practice it, but it's definitely a big part of your gift, okay? So when I'm saying you're empathic and you're feeling people, you hear what people are thinking and feeling as well. And that's where your gift kind of lies. So it's really important that you know how it affects you, because sometimes what ends up happening is you will have feelings, or you'll go through some things that are because of other people's energy, and you won't recognize it as their energy. You'll recognize it as your own. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say you were in a group of people and they're all really happy. You get really happy. If you're in a group of people and there's like people are depressed, you get really melancholy and depressed and unhappy. So you're affected by other people that way. So it's super important that you do what you can to clear that energy at the end of the day, and that you don't get stuck in it, if that makes any sense, okay? So it's really important that you learn how to clear.
All right. Our next question here is from Verinder, who had sent the $5 earlier.
Okay.
And they ask, "Hi, I would like to know if my marriage will work out, and will my husband and I move to an apartment soon? Thank you."
So I see that communication, honey, is really important here, okay? And there's, it's not a full open communication type of situation is what I'm hearing. So it's really important that everybody is able to speak how they feel about things. I do see you guys being able to work through things as long as we're honest about our feelings, okay? And I do see you relocating, but I don't see that happening until the end, like October, November is where I'm seeing that happen for you guys. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from one sec.
That's okay.
Is from Lala Bansky.
Okay.
Oh, from Lori Bansky. Yes,
Okay.
I see. She sent something. I think her name is Lori.
Okay.
And her question is, do my grandparents have any advice for me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, don't take life so seriously is the first thing that I hear for you. Okay, honey. And you are not alone. So you are definitely being supported, spiritually speaking. You have a lot of family on the other side that is there with you. So it's not just your grandparents, but I feel like there's a lot of support. So you don't have to worry, and you don't have to stress about whether or not things are going to be okay, because you are well taken care of, honey. And that's the thing I hear from them is like, stop stressing so much. Life is not supposed to be this stressful. So work on letting go of the stress, meditation, yoga, whatever you got to do, something to help you with that stress. Okay, honey? That's what I hear from them.
And her name was Leslie. Sorry, not Lori.
Leslie. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Lori,
Okay.
who asks, any messages from my dad?
Mm-hmm. So your dad is very, how do I describe this? So he watches over you, but he's kind of like in the background. He stands like this. So that shows me that I'm just observing. I'm not interfering. I don't interfere. It feels like there's a couple of people in your life that your dad's not too keen on. Again, just observing though, he doesn't interfere. It feels like he wants some shifting for you. So he really wants things to move in a better direction for you. And he wants you to find better people. I don't know what he means by that, but that's what he's saying. So he wants a higher caliber of people in your life is what he's trying to say. So he's, a little bit intrusive energetically that way, but that's about the only part of your life that he's like, I want to see some changes. I want to see different people in our life. So specifically around romance is what he's saying. So just think about that, I guess.
All right. Our next question here is from Miriana, who asks, when do you see our investments bouncing back? Will it be life-changing?
So I'm hearing, it's still not until 2024. It's definitely worth waiting though, honey. I know it's such a panicky feeling. So I'm going to say this. I do see that there is, a lot across the board is going crazy financially. Okay. Housing markets, in investings and things like that. All of that stuff is really fluctuating. And right now it's, it's kind of scary, but I do see you being okay. So as long as it's not your life savings, which I'm hoping, I don't see it being that, you're going to be okay. I do see a significant increase, but I'm not hearing it until like 2027 is what I'm hearing. So it's, way when you get that big lump sum, I guess is the best way to put it. I see it improving before then, but that's when I see it being like, okay, we can cash it out now kind of thing. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Cece, who is one of our top gifters at the moment.
Thank you, Cece.
And she asks, will my daughter get into UC Berkeley?
Yes. I hear that there's going to be 2 places that she's going to have an option for. So I do see that happening. And I mean, that's where she should go, I think, because it's definitely in alignment with what she wants to do. So for sure. But I see 2 options.
All right. Our next question here is from Julie, who asks, is Juan going to be coming in and explaining things and work it out, and when?
So I get resistance, which just means that I'm not going to own up to things. I'm not going to work on my side of things. It feels like I'm used to getting away with, or I'm used to not having to apologize or take responsibility. Okay. So if you're holding off and waiting for that, I feel like that's not going to happen. Okay. It's just not in the way that one is. It's just not the way that the energy is. Sorry. So don't hold your breath. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from TDS Tire.
Okay.
She's our number 1 gifter on the
Okay.
live.
Thank you, honey.
And she asks, will my daughter get engaged this year?
So I hear early next year. It's not happening right now, but early next year. And it could be as early as like New Year's Eve type thing. Yeah.
All right. Also, we have about 10 minutes left.
Wow, it's been 2 hours?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it. You guys have been amazing. Oh yeah, my phone is going to die soon. It's draining. So I'm just going to remind you, if you do want to support me with my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, please head to my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, and either pre-order or feel free to pledge whatever you want. You guys have been amazing. I really appreciate you.
All right. And we did just receive another donation from Stephanie Stevens, Michelle McEwen, who I have her question right here.
Okay.
And Courtney Aguilar.
Ah.
All right. Our next question here is
Thanks,
from
guys.
Michelle McEwen, who asks, my spiritual path, will I use my gift to help others? Thank you.
Oh, 100%. Honey, you're a star seed. So if you don't know what that is, go look it up. But you are here to help others with your spiritual gift. So 100% that's what you should be doing. I see within the next 2 years, you're going to learn a lot. Different modalities is what I'm being told. And you're going to be doing things a lot different than you think. But yeah, you're definitely here to do spiritual work, honey. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Samira, who's a new gifter.
Oh,
and
thank you,
she
Samira.
asks, love and finance reading, please.
Yeah, so relationship wise, I hear for you 7 months before the right person is coming into your life. And I do see financial shifts for you. So life is definitely going to improve. But I'm seeing that in 2024 for you. So whatever you're doing now, keep doing it because you're moving in the right direction. 2024, it looks like there's like property and like you're really bouncing back is what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Cami, who is one of our top gifters of the live.
Oh, thank you, honey.
And she asks, can I get a message from my dad or guides, please?
So your dad, it feels like he only comes in once in a while, honey, and it's literally only when you need him. So there's somebody else, a male energy that I see him around more for whatever reason. This person needs him more than you do, okay? So pops in and out, checks in on you more than anything, and really pops in when you're talking about him. That's the main thing you need to know, that when you're thinking and talking about him, he's there. Okay, so you pull him quite easily. Your spirit guides, what I hear from them, honey, is, you know, this is an important year for you to find your inner strength. So it's about you being you, okay? That's a really clear message for a lot of people for 2022, but specifically for you, it's about stepping into who you're meant to be, okay? No more being this person that everybody expects you to be. You got to be you. Okay, that's really what I hear from your spirit guides, and they've been helping you a lot with like clearing out. I know sometimes it feels like I'm losing a lot of things, but that's not the case. It's like clearing out the old so that this new divine energy can come in and you can have better experiences. Okay, so that's really what they're doing. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Janessa Paulino, who has donated twice.
Oh, thank you.
And she asks, will my ex-fiance Kevin come back to me and our daughters this year?
So I definitely do feel like a reconciliation is going to happen. There's been a lot of soul searching on Kevin's side, and I feel like this is a second chance for the family. So I see that happening. It's going to be, well, it's definitely this year, and it feels to me like it's happening slowly over the summer, but then by Christmas, it feels like families together. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from William, who asks, will I get a manager position I applied for soon?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's time. You're ready for it, honey. Okay. So, be patient, but it is going to happen. So you don't have to worry about it. It's inevitable. You can do this. I want you to stay humble though. Okay. So don't let it go to your head. It's really important. That's the message from your guides.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Leslie, who asks, should I wait to try closer to 2024, or is that when it will happen? Am I with the right person?
Yeah, I feel like for you, definitely it's more 2023 is what I'm hearing for you, okay? And your relationship is a good relationship for sure. This feels like somebody who kind of brought you out of a dark place and has opened up doors that you wouldn't have probably had access to without them. So it's a good vibrational match for sure.
All right. Our next question here is from Olivia Workmeister, who had sent the $25 earlier.
Thank you, Olivia.
And she asks, how will my friend and I help each other in the future?
Okay, so I see a collaboration and it really feels like it's around business. So I don't know if you guys are in business together or you're talking about it, but that's what I'm hearing. It's like a collaboration where it's like the two of you coming together, working together for this common goal, okay? Be open and receptive if you have been approached or if they do approach you, because I feel like this is the right path for you guys, and it's just gonna open doors in a really beautiful way. So you're gonna end up having the success and the freedom, time and financially, that you've been wanting. So it's definitely worth it. Okay, so be open and receptive.
All right. Our next question here is from Courtney, who asks, do I have spiritual gifts? When will employment come?
Yeah, Courtney, so I hear 4 months for employment for you, honey, and you're definitely very empathic, so you have to be really careful about the people that you allow around you, okay? You're so susceptible to lower energy, and you tend to attract a lot of people who have life problems. So work on not being open and receptive to that. It's not your responsibility or your job to make everybody else feel better about themselves, okay? It's really important, and that's why this is kind of coming up a lot for you, is so that you can learn that, okay, I've got to have boundaries, and it's okay to be helpful with the people you care about, but just not at your own expense, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Diana, who asks, when will me and S get engaged? And congratulations on your book.
Oh, thank you, honey. So I'm hearing that it's going to be like this year. So it's happening soon. Not in the summer though. It does feel like it's a wintertime thing, and closer to Christmas is what I'm hearing. Okay. Before Christmas though, I don't feel like it's a Christmas present. It feels like it's like before that, but it's definitely winter. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from, 1 second. We also have about 5 minutes left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, if you do want to book a session with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, and I do personal readings. They are first come, first serve. Please, if you can support me with my children's book, that would be amazing. You guys have already done so, but yes, I'm still going to keep asking because I'm trying to get to that literally 2,000 sales by the end of June is what we're looking at. So share it with people. Purchase if you want, pre-order yourself, whatever, but please help. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Janet, who asks, anything for my family members who have died?
So, Janet, you are a medium, which means you've lost a lot of people, and I see a ton. Your space is full. So it's like there's no room to go where there's not somebody who's crossed over, basically. When I see that, that means that you're supposed to be either communicating with them or the other side. I feel like for you, it's just a gift that you have. You're not necessarily doing it as a career or anything like that, but it's definitely a gift you have. So just know that you're not alone in your space. You get a lot of the signs. So you get like the coins, the feathers, the birds, the knocking. I mean, they're constantly around you and giving you notice that they're there, okay? So just know that your home is literally full of people. The one that stands out the most is a male energy, feels very like a grandfather but father figure as well. So I don't know if it's your grandfather who, it feels like your grandfather, but he's very like, he was a parent to you, or at least that's how he treats you now, okay? So he comes through and he's like, you know, very proud of you, and that's the main thing that I get from him. And I don't know if he wore a hat, but he keeps showing me a hat, so I'm just gonna say it. Typically that's just their way of validating, you know, maybe that you have a picture of him with a hat or whatever, just so that you can understand that it is him. He's the one that comes through the most, and he feels very tall. So this is a very tall individual, okay? All right.
Our next question here is from Taryn, who asks, I'm a medium and empath. Do I have any other gifts?
So you're definitely a healer, honey. I would say you're also a starseed as well. You've probably been exposed to that information and it's resonated a little. I want you to look into it a little bit more, because the more you understand about who and what you are, the easier it is to access your gifts. So as a healer, what I'm seeing with you is color is really important. So working with color therapy, if you don't know anything about that, if you don't know, Google it. Color is really important. You can do that with crystals and things like that. Get into a better relationship with that side of you. Okay, you're definitely very talented, honey, and you're limiting yourself is what I hear.
All right. Our next question here is from Marsha, who asks, will my husband and I get pregnant soon? If so, when? Thank you.
Yeah, so Marsha, you guys are going to have a pregnancy happen. It feels like it's not this year, but it's like the beginning of next year for you guys. Okay, so make sure you keep me posted on that. It feels like a very healthy, happy pregnancy. Just, always take extra care of you and don't put yourself last. Okay, so always put you first, but I do feel like you're going to have a child next year. So, all right.
All right. Our next question here is... Sorry, one second.
That's okay. We have 1 minute left.
All right. Our next question here is from Candy, who asks, is Mikey okay?
Yes, honey, and not alone is what I'm hearing. So there's somebody with Mikey, whoever this is, it feels like a female energy. Definitely okay, and you don't have to worry. And there are signs that Mikey's around is what I'm hearing, so don't worry about it. Definitely safe, happy, and around everybody. So a big part of everybody's experience still. All right.
All right, and this will probably be
The
our
last question. I'm going to go over the book again. So I'm going off. This is going to be the last question. But if you want to support me with my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, this is my first one. And I'm super excited to be sharing this with the world and to help with your children. So you can go ahead and pre-order on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. Share my videos, share as much as you want. I really do encourage you to also go and take a look at my interview that I did. It's on my YouTube channel under community, and it was a really fun interview, so it just gives you a little bit more insight to me and the story and how it came to be.
And your readings?
Oh yes, and you can book a reading with me through my website as well, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. All right. Thanks, honey.
All right. Our last question is from Hannah, who asks, did my granddad meet my daughter before she was born?
Oh, yeah. And, your daughter communicates with him, is what I'm hearing. So I see the energies there. You don't have to worry about that. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to say what I'm hearing, but I don't know what Garfield means, but that's what I'm hearing, so I'm just going to say it. It's a weird thing to say, but yeah, that's just sometimes their way of validating. And I want you to know that he does sometimes, like, he'll touch your hair, he lets you know when he's around, basically. Okay, so definitely. All right, thank you so much, you guys. You have
Yeah.
Did I just freeze?
You did, yeah.
My phone just went low power mode. So I just drained my battery on this and I was fully charged. So there we go. Thank you so much, you guys. I absolutely am floored and feel so blessed. You have really shown me the support that I really wanted. So thank you so much. And feel free to share my story and my book with the people that you know. Okay, I'll be back on again and we'll probably do something like this again because this was great, and I will see you guys again probably in a couple of days. All right, have a great night. Bye.